Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Deconversion Stories. And I almost didn't have someone for tonight, but Mr. Secular Rarity here stepped up to the plate. We had actually talked about having him on the show a little while ago, and tonight just seemed to work out just fine. So it was awesome that you were able to make it, man. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much, man. I'm just so super excited to be here. This is definitely a staple in the community is to be able to hang out with you and hang out on your show and chat with you. So I'm so awesome. It's so awesome to be here, man. I'm so excited.
Well, careful, I'm an asshole.
That's okay. I am too. So I think it might work out.
All right, cool. All right, guys. So expect a big fight by the end of this. No, I'm just kidding. Anywho, welcome everyone in the chat. I hope you guys enjoy what we're going to have going on here tonight. We are going to be doing the after party, so I'll let you know now. If you do want to be involved, you can let either myself or Mikey, whenever he gets his ass here, let one of us know, and we'll give you a link to the after party. And also, if you do have any questions for Secular Rarity, the best way to do it, because reading the comments on this screen here, I don't really see anything unless it comes through noticeably, like as a super chat or something. And I'm not asking you to give me super chats, but if you do have a question, you want it, $1 is fine. Like, I don't care, just as much as, or just as if you want to ask something, that's the best way to do it, because I will notice it, because I don't have it going on anywhere else. So that's basically the best way. Anyway, you know what I do here, Mr. Secular Rarity, I chat with people about their journeys away from whatever belief systems they were once a part of. So I basically ask them sort of take us back into those days of being trapped and how you sort of clawed your way out of it.
Yeah. So for me, stepping away from belief there wasn't any major event or anything. I was never super fundamental. So I was raised Methodist, and the Methodists, they always baptize the newborn babies pretty much. That's kind of their shtick. And and when I was born, I came down with a really weird illness, and thank you.
Except for R and Rob, but his isn't even longer than mine.
I'm trying to get it down, but it takes time. It's weird. I don't know why, but so when I was born, I came down with a really weird illness. And doctors never figured out what it was. Nobody knew exactly. It's strange for a newborn baby to be that sick. And I was actually in the intensive care as a child for a few months, and I came through. Obviously, I'm doing much better now.
Or I'm hallucinating.
Yeah, I could be a spirit. It's still up there. Yeah. If you start seeing me, if you start seeing me kind of like slowly become translucent, we'll know. But
go surreal.
It meant that I wasn't able to get baptized as a newborn baby. And then honestly, just for the next couple of years of my life, my parents didn't baptize me. They at no point did they do that, but we went to church pretty regularly. I mean, we were there every Sunday, and it wasn't until I was about 13 when I finally said to myself, I said, you know what, Elliot, you believe in this stuff. You love God, you read the scripture, you participate. The biggest thing I did at church was play music. So I played drums, and I played drums in a lot of different places for them. And handbells, I gotta say, the handbell choir, those massive brass bells, I freaking loved doing that, man. It was so much fun. And I did that for years. And so at the age of 13, I said, you know what, I'm really going to do this. I'm going to get baptized. And so, I chose to take that on, and I chose to be a part in that way. And I even went through confirmation in my church as well. And a couple of years after that is when I really started stepping back and stepping away. And it wasn't for anything other than, honestly, I started having these questions that were not really theological, but mainly just focused around how do you be a good person? You know, is
Sure.
there another way?
Did you think at the time, did you think that being religious was like the only way,
I don't know if
or having a God in your life or something?
yeah, it was more along the lines of I couldn't see outside of my own experience and kind of
Right.
bubble to ask even the question, like, how do you be a good person? I just assumed, well, you follow Jesus. I mean, obviously you accept Jesus into your heart and you
He was a
live
good
it.
person.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic guy. Could be a
Oh
myth,
yeah,
could be not,
killing
you
fig
know.
trees.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. I just want to let everybody know right now. Go ahead and calm everybody's hearts. I have never cursed a fig tree in my life. So take that. But I started looking into, all the basic stuff for philosophy, reading through what utilitarianism is, reading through deontology, what's logical positivism, blah, blah, blah. And I started getting better answers than what I was getting when it came to religion, when it came to faith.
Mhm.
And I was one of those believers that, I pointed out all the people that are out there yelling on the street corners and protesting the funerals and saying all the horrible things. I always pointed at those people and said, they don't have the love of Jesus. They don't understand what it's like to really take on, that burden, as I felt. But as I started reading more into various philosophical conversations and just listening to what other people had to say, I started to step back from all of those answers that I had gotten from
Mhm.
religion and from the Bible. And I slowly just kind of stopped believing. I still went to church. I still participated in the music for a good another 5, 6 years. So I'm 27 now. I've been actively taking the label atheist for the last 6, maybe 7 years.
Mhm.
But for a couple of years before that, I probably was, but I never, I didn't really think about it enough to get to that point. I understood that, hey, maybe a consequentialist framework is the way to decide what's moral, but I still believed in God. I still accepted that God was real, God was out there, God was doing things for me. And finally it just got to a point where I said, I don't believe this anymore. I don't have that same feeling that I had. I don't have that same expression that I had. And one of the things that was really great for me was I didn't notice myself becoming a bad person,
Mhm.
I didn't notice myself doing anything terrible. Funny enough, I wasn't out murdering anybody or committing arson before, and I'm still not. So that aspect really didn't change, but what did change was I started to see that, questions are harder than a lot of times we make them in theology. In theology, a lot of times we can just say, well, Yahweh. I mean, that's the answer, right? Like the answer is Allah
What
said.
way? Yahweh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And once I started seeing things in that manner, I started realizing that not only are these questions difficult about how to be a good person or what happens after you die and stuff, but so many other things are really difficult questions. And now, being so far away from it, when I see somebody, just throw out, oh, consciousness is, and then like move on 2 words later, it's like, how do you feel so confident to be able to take something so difficult that people have spent 100 fucking years researching? How do you just pick that answer and move on and feel good about that?
I have no idea.
And now the big thing, of course, I mean, quantum anything, right? It just, you just throw that word around every so often, and all of a sudden
Deepak
it's like,
Chopra loves that.
oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. He's a big fan of it, but doesn't really seem to say much. You know, he's, anyway, but it started becoming for me just, you know, really, really frivolous and really just, why do this extra stuff of praying and why do this extra stuff of, you know, trying to convince people that they're going to be tortured forever and so forth.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. And that, you know, over the last half decade or so, as I've gotten to participate more and more with, you know, various super cool communities like this one, I've been so lucky as to be on Ethan Michael's channel, Your Friendly Neighborhood Atheist. Just a great dude that took it.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you know, Ethan's a good guy.
Yeah, we're not live, right? He's not going to see it. But
oh shit, I did hit the live button. Crap.
So he was, you know, he took a risk and he said, man, you know, come chat and hang out. And from there, I've just gotten to continue to hang out with super cool people and have really good chats and learn from people. And in the process, I've come across a lot of things, you know, whether it's the, you know, tried and true Hitchens, William Lane Craig debates, or, you know, what just all of the super interesting discussions that have happened for years and years and years, man. And just hearing more of that and fleshing out my thoughts. And so definitely an atheist. Maybe if we want to get real particular, you know, soft atheist or weak atheist or agnostic or whatever, you know, there's a lot to it for sure.
I'm a hard atheist.
Yeah. And that's where, so like that's where I really step into the atheist, agnostic, theological, non-cognitivist stuff, where it's like, you know, do we even actually understand what the hell we're talking about, guys? Yeah. I mean, do we really know what we mean when we say soul? Do we really have any idea?
So.
Yeah, I mean, right. No, there seems to be absolutely no evidence for it. So if we're just going to start accepting things without any demonstration, well, then sure, I guess. But yeah, that's not a great way to live your life. It's not gonna bring you to truth.
I would say I'm actually, if I had to be more specific, yes, I'm a hard atheist, but I'm also an apatheist. I just don't give a fuck.
And I get that too. I honestly, I get the you know, the feeling of, look, so much of this stuff is just bullshit. Why would I even care? Like, do I really care that much to go look into, like, was there maybe a guy somewhere in the Middle East area a while ago who built a big boat and like took his family on it? Like the most realistic possibility of Noah's Ark and the flood. And I mean, no, there isn't, other than some dude with his family built a boat. Go ahead.
Real quick, the real reason why you're actually here tonight, because this person gave me a heads up.
Best name is absolutely wonderful. I'm so happy to be connected with her. She does so many great things. So if you don't know her, definitely go find her and bug her. We're still live. We're still live.
Yes.
Oh
nicely.
God. Okay.
Like her nicely.
That's right. That's what I meant. You knew it.
Yeah. I owe her so many big ass hugs. It's not even funny.
Yeah. I call her boss lady most of the time, but that's just
kind of rhymes with best name ever, really.
Yeah. There's a rhyme in there somewhere.
She's like, bug me? No. Nicely. It's okay. Bug brain. Oh, Bree's here too. Yeah, brain bug.
Oh yeah. I love Bree. She is awesome. Always telling me some really interesting stuff. Now, I would never I'm not going to touch bugs like that. I'm just going to be real. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to touch bugs like that.
Oh, but she's got some of the coolest little fucking mantis.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're adorable, but I'm just not gonna hold them. I'll stay.
I want them crawling all over me.
I'll keep my distance. That's why I appreciate what she does, because it's like, you tell me about the bugs, Bree, and I'll stay over here in my bug-free environment. You know,
you think
it's
not a bug-free environment. They are everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
It's probably one within 3 feet of you right now. Well, don't go looking.
Yeah, it's that out of sight, out of mind thing, you know. But
yeah, they're crafty. They just wait till you're sleeping.
They do. What's up with that? Do they know? Do you think
they crawl in your mouth while you're sleeping, so you can become part of the statistic that we apparently eat something like a dozen bugs in our lifetime while we're sleeping?
Yeah, I don't know how true that is, but also I don't care how true it is. That just makes me uncomfortable, you know?
Maggie's right. It's easier if you don't know.
That's true for a lot of things.
He literally looks like he's falling asleep back there too. So, all right. So, being an atheist now for the past 7 years or so, you said, what was it? I think that was like the final straw that kind of made you sort of have that little light bulb come on and say, this can't be real.
I think one of the biggest things was me repeatedly seeing devout believer after devout believer very obviously not telling the full story. That was one of the biggest things that really started to frustrate me, you know, in the last couple of years as I was stepping away from belief. You know, watching the preacher, for instance, at my church, which again, my church was not the, you know, charismatic type. It wasn't, we didn't speak in tongues. You know, I know, I never got to do that. I was kind of, I just think it's scat, honestly. I just think they're practicing to be jazz singers, but,
I don't even know what that cat chick, that whatever the hell her name was. No, not Cat. It was Trump's advisor.
Oh, Paula White.
Yeah, that one.
Oh my God! Yeah, what a
like what?
Yeah, what a spitfire. But I saw my preacher repeatedly putting up these Bible verses on the big screen, you know, and everybody would pull out their Bibles in the pews and they'd flip to it, and then it was on the nice projector, and I saw him read like the first 2 lines and then like move on. And more often than not, the very next line was like not a great line. It was something like, and the king in his great wisdom decided that peace would reign. And you're like, okay. And the very next line was, and then he slaughtered a bunch of babies. I was like, okay. Did anybody else see that? And seeing that over and over again from people. I mean, when I was a believer, when I was in church and I believed in God and followed Christ and all that good stuff, I didn't know about the Josh McDowells or the Kent Hovens or the Ken Hams. None of those people were ever on my freaking radar because they didn't need to be. You know, I had the Holy Spirit, Neil. It was inside of me. I could feel it. But yeah. Once I got rid of that, it was like, wow, I am
medication or something.
Yeah. Dewormer type.
Took my atheism pills, some ivermectin.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, people, don't take those fucking things. Don't be an idiot.
Oh my God, it's so easy. You can just go get a vaccine like anywhere. It's free. It was free. I walked into a pharmacy. They were like, done, easy, great. Yeah, seriously, like what's wrong with people?
They're stupid.
You know, this is what kills me. So I'm in Tennessee, so I'm around definitely a good bit of the, you know, the country boys and the, you know, Bible thumpers and all that good stuff. Yeah, atheism pays. That's not a bad idea. So
Little on the tongue, religion goes numb. It's the tagline right there.
The people in my area wouldn't think twice about telling their mechanic that they're wrong when it comes to their truck.
No, of course not.
Yet, a doctor, that's a whole problem. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, why do you trust your mechanics? Like, well, he knows what he's doing. Yeah. And, well, he's worked on my truck for 20 years. You know, his daddy used to own the, okay. Well, you know that doctor at the clinic down the road is also the same way, right? You know, this doctor's been doing it for like 30 years. Like everybody in their family was a doctor. They got degrees from Harvard. What's wrong with you? But anyway. Yeah,
dumb people are going to be dumb. There's nothing.
Yes, that's unfortunate. Yes, it is. Yes,
the unfortunate part of it is they don't want to educate themselves. They want to remain in Dumbville. And
that definitely was something that, you know, along with the continued obfuscation of a lot of these stories, a lot of these passages and so forth from the Bible, the fact that so many people were more and more willing to just take the easy way out, just take the quick, simple answer, let's move on. And I was seeing more and more how the world it's complicated, man. There's a lot to it. Like you think you understand everything there is about physics. And then next thing you know, we take a picture of a black hole for the first time, you guys. Like we're constantly increasing in our knowledge. We're constantly getting smarter, constantly getting better with stuff. And we can demonstrate it.
I thought they disproved that black hole picture when they kind of focused out of it. It turned out to be the end of the joint that Snoop Dogg was smoking.
I have heard, and I don't remember which philosopher said this, but I have heard smoke weed every day. I don't know which philosopher said that, but I'm sure it was somebody famous and super knowledgeable. But yeah, I mean, when we do stuff like that, man, over and over and over again, and you don't have to question it. You know, I don't know jack about biology. I don't know about classification of animals, put them in this tree, this evolves. I don't know anything about that.
Not tree.
Funny enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just find it. There are charts. They're super easy to read charts. There are hours and hours and hours of
watch Aaron Ra's videos.
Absolutely. He has a whole series on it. And it's like 2 episodes in and I'm going, okay, never mind. Like this is 100%. There's no questioning this. And the fact that there are so many people that are so comfortable with the idea of, you know what? Yeah, let's just truncate it right here. Let's cut the answer off. That's it. God, Jesus, done. Move on. And that just didn't sit right with me, especially after going and reading all of these, super long. I mean, I was reading and, I'm definitely not bragging. Like I'm still very much an idiot, y'all. But, I was reading, treatise from Kant at 15, getting through half the page and then going, what the hell is this? And spending like another 3 hours reading other people's thoughts on it and saying, well, at first we thought it was this, but now we understand it more. And just, again, expanding that horizon, expanding that sphere that I was in. And once I did that, I just couldn't go back. I just couldn't go back to sitting there and accepting, it's real because you feel it in your heart. Like my heart doesn't do that. That's not how that works.
Actually, you do know that your heart has neurons, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, that wasn't
directly with your brain.
Yeah, that wasn't what I was saying. It doesn't do the feeling things that the brain does that makes me feel of course. I mean, but I stepped away from a lot of that flowery language and I wanted better answers and I wanted things that were demonstrable.
Real answers, not just fill in the gap with bullshit answers.
Yeah. And that, then of course that leads me into hearing about the Kalam and hearing about the this and the teleological that and all that stuff, and reading through various fallacies and how do you know when this is the case, and again, like I'm still to this day I'm no expert. I don't know if I ever will be in anything, but you don't have to be. That's one of the greatest things about today. Like, dude, you can just hit people up and get their thoughts. Somebody that's been a physicist for 40 years, you can just go watch a video of them telling you everything you want to know.
You can also pick up this book too, by the way.
Absolutely. There are so many good things out there. And why just accept the easy answer? I mean, I know the answer because it's easy, but life is complicated. Life is difficult. Life is weird, man. Go investigate it.
The author of that book is in the chat right now.
Nice.
Hi, David. I see you. It's like really late over there for them. For Kristen and Dave, it's pretty late right now.
Oh yeah. So they're in the future.
Props to them. Yeah, that's right. Big props to them for give me the lotto numbers. Big props to them for hanging out with us right now. Of course, I wouldn't be able to play the lottery now, anyways. Oh. Because their numbers have been taken or been pulled already, so I'd be too late. Damn it.
Yeah. I've never, I thought about playing the lottery a handful of times, and then I was just like, I feel like I'm just throwing away money, and I've never done it. Like I've never gone. I mean, I like a scratch off here and there, but oh my God, 2:30 a.m. Oh, whew.
It's like an hour and a half from my usual wake up time to go to work.
Oh my gosh, that's just crazy. I love sleep. I'll just say that. I love sleeping. I absolutely adore it. Like I wake up most days fully rested, by the way. Good long sleep cycle. Wake up and like an hour after being out of bed, I'm just planning like, am I going to go to bed at like 10 tonight? Am I going to go to bed at like 9? Like, how do I want to do this? It's just, sleep is awesome. I'm sorry to take such a hard stance on that, but everybody get more sleep.
Yeah, I try. I get tired and I'm sitting around. I'm like, fuck, I should be in bed. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go to sleep. I get into bed and I lie back and I'm like, yeah. Shut up, brain.
Yeah. Your brain starts fucking with you, and it's like, oh man, we know you're trying to relax now. Hey, do you remember that thing you have to do tomorrow? It's like, damn it.
Then I smoke a joint or something. Maybe I'll be able to fall asleep. Then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I should be totally doing this right now. Or some, like all these great ideas come into my head for some reason.
Yeah.
Or I think of lyrics for music and shit. Then I grab my little handy little pad and paper that's right beside me all the time.
Nice. See, that's the way to do it, man. Just in case the spirit moves you.
Because I can't find my lyric book right now. I don't know where the hell I put it. Oh. My room's a shit storm, so
I get that.
Not surprising that I can't find it. Fuck. Yeah, I really should do something about that. Oh, what? I'll give it back when I'm done. That was actually good timing. I didn't even mean to hit that. It just kind of I hit it accidentally. But yeah, he stole my fucking lyric book. You bastard.
Hey, honestly, I mean, as long as he gives you the royalties, right? Like that's the easy way. Go to the mailbox, cash the check, like no driving cross country and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's all right. He's not that far. I could get to Chicago in a couple of days.
Okay.
I could find him. Anyway. So your family, you were saying you guys weren't really all that religious in general, right? So when you decided you were going to be an atheist, did you tell folks and like what was their like reaction like to that sort of thing?
For the first couple of years, as I was actively taking the label, I never said the word to my family, and I didn't even really say it to my friends. Really, I was known as like that guy that would, well, we don't know that Jesus is actually a real person, or oh well, half of the letters of Paul are considered forgeries. I do that, but I wouldn't say anything more than that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was probably, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that I actually said something to a family member, and just my most immediate family, mom, dad, brother, that type stuff. And, it just kind of came up casually in conversation. I was just like, oh, well, I'm an atheist, blah, 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 and just kind of moved on. And there wasn't any pushback. I've never gotten
reaction of any kind, or do they go, "You're a what?"
Other than just being like, oh, so you think God doesn't exist? And then me just going, well, a little bit more complicated than that. It's like every version of God I've ever heard, I don't think is logical. So, those don't exist. I'm pretty hard on that. But like, could there be something out there? Maybe. No. I never got any. Yeah. I mean, I definitely understand that, that side of it. I never got, because truly
It's not necessary, first of all.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's the big thing. That's what kills me about the whole, there has to be a necessary being. Like, cool, just demonstrate any necessary being, anyone. I'll take anything.
No, don't demonstrate any necessary. Demonstrate why it's necessary.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's nothing that can be put in that category. There's nothing that can be there. It's just speculation. And why would we do that? Like, we can sit here all day talking about whatever the fanciful whatever could be, but why waste the time, guys? Like, we've got so many more important things to do. There are people right now that are being harmed actively, like hundreds of thousands of people right here in my country. What the hell are we worried about these 40-minute conversations just to go, okay, so now that we understand necessary? That's crazy.
They made this for them right there.
Yeah.
Stick that in there.
Yep. Yeah.
We don't know. Well, this is the reason.
Yeah. It seems like so often we could just be doing so many other things that are so demonstrably better every single time. It's crazy how nothing yet, as far as I know, I could be wrong. Call me out, chat, if I'm wrong on this, but nothing yet has ever overturned our scientific understandings that isn't more better science. When Allah, answers a question that science gets wrong, like, great, that's the first step. We got a lot more with some problems there, but
you mean like hearing his voice in your head or something? First, I go see a psychotherapist or some shit. But,
well, yeah, I mean, first, yeah, we'd have to have an Allah to demonstrate something and to answer these questions. But yeah, when that happens, I mean, great. I'll be there to listen and whatever. But yeah, I'm not going to accept just somebody telling me, well, God told me this was the answer, or, oh, well, God takes care of it. Well, you got to show me this fellow you're talking about, because I've got these guys over here, and they're scientists, and they've got these exactly. The answer has never been magic. So
science can seem magical, but it's still science.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what? It's even more amazing than magic.
Absolutely. And we don't need to concoct these fantastic things that we don't have demonstrations of, because
for mythology is fine.
Well, right, for stories. Absolutely. For stories and so forth. Absolutely.
That's how it all started.
That's the place to be creative. When you're making music, when you're writing a story, you're drawing a picture, like, hell yeah, dude, play around with that. Just let your mind go. But there are so many incredible things that exist right here that we can show I mean, do you know that there are sharks that glow? There are bioluminescent sharks, you guys. They glow.
Bioluminescent animals of all kinds, actually.
Yeah. I mean, what? Like, that's fantastic. Why are you worried about whether or not aliens came and picked up somebody's cow 30 years ago? Like, we can show you a shark and turn off the lights and you can see it still. That's incredible. Why worry about all these other things? Yes. That would be a good time.
That's great. What's this? Apparently you said cock. It's okay. It's okay, Tons of Mice. It's in the Bible. It says right in there, the cock crowed 3 times or some shit like that. So it's okay.
I'm not sure if I said cock, but I will say cock if we need to.
It's did twice.
Cock.
3 times. Yeah, God light up sharks.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
could you imagine if...
Well, there was that one idiot that injected himself with the nightstick shit that, you know, those.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That doesn't.
I saw it on Stupid Ways to Die, I think was.
Yeah. Not an advisable thing, guys. You know, don't do that.
Put it in your bloodstream, you fucking morons.
Yeah, I know. It's like, why are people dumb so much sometimes? You know, like why, man? What led you to believe that? Oh, just crack this glow stick open and inject it.
That would be the ecstasy.
Well, back to that EDM festival. Yeah.
EDM festival. That's good. Oh man, the comments are coming fast and furious.
That's great. Oh, you know, I haven't.
Hammerhead ravers.
Hammerhead ravers. Man.
Oh shit. Well, I think is there anything that you, for all the people that might be listening right now that are on the fence or having doubts, what would you say to them?
You're saying people that are still in the faith and
still in it, but they're kind of unsure. They watch videos like this because they want to hear how other people went through. Like, what kind of advice or what would you say to someone like that?
So I was recently lucky enough to get to have a conversation with a buddy of mine that is a theist, and it started out with each of us giving like a 10-minute presentation, just kind of laying out our side. And one of the things that I wrote in that speech was, the same old adage we've all heard, the truth doesn't fear questioning. And to all of the people out there that are on the fence, go and investigate anything and everything that interests you, and anyone or anything that seeks to limit that search for truth, do not trust them. Do not put your trust in an organization that says you can't learn more about this.
Or you can't question.
Exactly. Because that is what life is. And why would this God, this all-loving, all-powerful, all-knowing entity,
can't be all-knowing?
Well, I mean,
if he's all-knowing, he's the biggest fucking douchebag that has ever existed.
Yeah. If he's all-knowing, he definitely isn't all-loving. But if that's where you're coming from,
well, it means the whole thing's a setup.
Yeah,
if he's
exactly.
all-knowing, he knew already that Adam and Eve were going to fall in the garden, so it's
right.
a setup.
Right. He did a very poor job of creating everything. If he is all-knowing, but
all-knowing, he wouldn't have had to cause the flood either, because
there's actually a lot of places in the Bible where it's very clear God is not positive about what he's doing. Like, and it's so weird. It's like, where did this come from? Pasta, the good man. Where did this concept that God knows freaking everything come from? Because it's very clear in the Bible that there's a lot of places God's like, yeah, guess I made a mistake, guys. Sorry. Like, what? How do you do that?
Omni-douche.
Yeah, for sure.
Omni-douchebaggy. Hello, Skywatcher. Normalizing atheism popped in too. Well, we all know who that really is.
Just hiding. But yeah, I mean, if you're in a place where you currently hold a belief in anything, it doesn't have to be a deity. It doesn't have to be aliens visiting or ghosts or what or afterlife. It doesn't have to be anything particular. But if you believe something, if you accept something as true, investigate the hell out of it. And then after you're done investigating, go take a breath, go to bed, maybe wake up tomorrow and keep investigating. You didn't figure it out, man, just because you read one Wikipedia article. You know, you didn't.
Our species millennia to figure this shit out. So.
Absolutely, we've been doing this for a long ass time, y'all. Why?
We'll never know everything.
Exactly, and again, I mean, as I said it before, why just arbitrarily stop and just go, oh, okay, I learned enough.
Come up with a really shitty answer too.
Yeah.
That's so clearly not the case.
It's strange, honestly, that so many people would just back away from continuing to investigate. And I get it, you know, at least in part, in the sense of it, you know, it kind of feels bad to be wrong. Like, it kind of feels weird, you know, like, it's like, oh man, did you know this? And then somebody pulls out like this fucking science paper and is like, well, actually, you can see this. And I get it. At first, everybody feels a little funky about that. But that's why we really need to make everyone know that being wrong is fine. There's nothing bad about being wrong. It's about not changing that. If you're shown to be wrong, change your position, because
first and foremost, the best thing about being shown or being proven that you're wrong, you're no longer wrong.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like, you just had the greatest level up ever. Because somebody comes up to you and says, hey, man, did you know this thing that you believed for the last 20 years of your life? Like, hey, actually, this over here is a better answer. It's like, oh, shit, man. That's so cool. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. You know, I mean, we're not, what was the quote? My teacher of mine many years ago said, science isn't right. It's just less wrong. And that's beautiful.
Does get things right, but when it gets things wrong, it can re-examine and try to get it right again.
Exactly. And
religion doesn't do that. It says it's right, and even when it's wrong, and then it doesn't fix when it's wrong.
And that's the continued progress. That's the continued investigation, the continued search for that knowledge. That's what's so great about the scientific method, about science as a whole. You know, we have this fantastic ability to understand things around us. And with that being said, why not take that opportunity? Yeah,
for sure. And I think it's Ollie, to be honest. Ollie's like, I haven't heard any coins tonight, because he's probably already stoned. So he's been trying to bug me and sending notifications. I'm on to you, Ollie. Awesome. Well, I think it's about time we let the producer of the show in here, and I guess I'm pretty sure he's probably got some questions for you. He wasn't here right at the beginning, but he made it in here within like the first 5 minutes. So.
Woo.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the real Pasta Mike. Hey.
So
somebody mute Oz. Somebody mute Oz. I can't get my voice down that low. Hello.
Hey, man.
I really sound like this? No.
Hi, I'm Mikey. That's not with a C.
Yeah. I was.
Oh, hey, Pluto.
Great episode, but I do want to shame the 25 people watching. Neil is 3 people away from being monetized on Twitch, and how dare you not follow him? How dare all 26 of you now?
3 people away? Wow.
You are 3 people away. You already got the watch time and the hours. You're fine. Just 3 people. Go over, hit the button, please, and thank you. Thanks. I'll put the link down here.
We're praying for me.
I got some crystals I can hold if that'll work.
Oh yeah.
Did you charge them in the full moon last night? Because if you
God, you know what? I totally forgot.
Neil, you got amateurs in here, Neil.
I'm so sorry. I'm
Well, I
not
didn't
charging
have
my
anyone.
crystals.
He
Yeah.
jumped up, said, I'll do it. I'll do it.
That's
So,
literally what it was. He was like,
was
this is
desperate.
better than nothing. So,
You know, I got some in the freezer that I charged on the solstice, but I kept them cold so the energy wouldn't dissipate.
oh, you know, I haven't been putting my crystals in the freezer, and maybe that's my problem because I'm
Zip-
not.
Ziploc bag in the freezer.
I don't see my crystal ball up there. Yeah, I had a crystal ball.
Oh man, gosh.
Get the joke out now, people.
I'm yeah.
Actually, it was amethyst, but that's okay.
I have some. Where'd my bracelet go? I have amethyst
like
on one of my
stone.
bracelets.
My favorite is lapis lazuli. It's my favorite stone.
Gesundheit.
And fire opals.
Oh,
Apparently,
opals.
opal is my birthstone. So
Yeah. Opals are nice.
This guy's got it's green. That helps.
Ooh.
But it's jade and tiger's eye.
Ooh.
that's cool. I like stones.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
tell you.
Rocks are cool.
I've been collecting and
Not magical. They don't
polishing
carry
rocks
energy.
for a while. So I do lapidary in my spare time as a hobby. So
Yeah. What's your fortune? You want your fortune there, tons of mice? YouTube's going to finally shut you down because you have 9,475 accounts.
They can't
all used on my stream.
They can't afford to shut him down. He's holding them
He's
up.
the
Right?
reason they keep making money.
He's the backbone to the whole superstructure.
One of these days, we're going to get him in here. One of these days.
I'll be sick that day. It's like seeing behind the curtain. Like I can't see how the magic is made.
Yeah, that's true. That's how I think of religion. Once you see behind the curtain, there's no going back.
I can't deconvert from tons of mice being an online persona. I can't deconvert from that. That is my religion, and that's what I'm sticking to.
that's good.
Put your Twitch on your link tree. I should put my Twitch on my link tree. Did I put my Twitch on my link tree? I don't know if I did.
We're at 49.
Sweet.
Thank you, Bill.
I don't know. I'll look into that later.
I'll post it again.
Growls at Bree.
Uh-oh.
No, Jesse Gender just went live. That's right.
Ba-ba-ba-bum. Yeah, and Neil, I don't know what's going on with your phone, if it's got some sort of virus, but I will be sending you an invoice. I do have to get a new mouse now. That was like 75 coins in about half a second.
It's Ollie. It's all Ollie. He's sending me messages.
I think you can silence it. I'm not positive, but
No, I can't do that during the show.
That's against the rules of the game.
That's the point. Okay. Well, maybe I'll start just sending you stuff randomly. You know, we'll just,
suddenly, Ollie is data. You can't use contractions. It is not.
That was one of my favorite things. Are you a nerd, Secular Rarity?
I am in a lot of different avenues. It just kind of depends on which one we're going down.
Well,
Make me put on my Star Trek uniform.
Without distracting us for another half an hour, which fantasy realm would you most like to live in?
Are you going to give me some to pick from, or I just get to just choose random?
It could be sci-fi, Lord of the Rings, comic book, wherever.
Yeah. Anime. We can allow anime in here.
Anime.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe honestly, maybe Gurren Lagann.
Don't say Attack
I
on
mean,
Titan. Oh, you girl.
yeah.
No one
I
wants
just
to live in Attack on Titan.
no. That would be that would be frustrating for sure.
Although
I like
it'd be cool to have the parasite. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's some cool element. If you're certain people in Attack on Titan, you'd probably have a great time, but probably a lot of the others you would not have.
Random Joe on Attack on Titan. Yeah, I don't feel like being food.
Yeah, like the red shirt. They're the red shirts.
Not
The red shirts of Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
We're really gonna make it this time, guys. Oh God, my legs! He's eating me legs first.
Absolutely. Tentacle hentai.
I just learned a lot right there about best name. So
that's Kristen, non-fiance. Kristen, no fiance, no relation. So you said Gurren Lagann. Which one is Gurren Lagann again?
That's the one where it starts out with the humans underground digging tunnels, and then by the end of it, spoiler alert, but by the end of it, they're basically galaxies that are like, all composed into one entity, like fighting other things like that. There's the whole spiral. Yeah, they have the little mech suit things that they find, and they got the little spiral key and the boo.
Yeah,
I think that was the noise they made, but
yeah.
It was something like that. Yeah. Somewhere in that vein. I'm pretty sure that's right. But
I'm putting you down for that's exactly how it sounded. And now that I'm going to go watch the show, if you're wrong, so help you.
Your message inbox is going to be fucking. Ass kicked.
A hotly worded email.
If we're talking about some upsetting feelings after some anime, I will say this real quick. It's a great show and it's super worth watching. Dead Man's Wonderland. Okay, but hang on. But I'm not going to do what my friend did to me. So a friend of mine came over years ago and was like, "Oh, dude, what are you watching?" And I don't remember what it was. Man, I was probably like re-watching Trigun, and he's like, "Oh man, you gotta check out Dead Man's Wonderland." And he like explained it to me, and he's like, "There's only one season, man, but it's so awesome." I'm like, "Okay, this is really cool." The prison and stuff. Here's the fucking problem. Dude didn't tell me that it just ends. It does not answer any of the most important questions. So I get to the last episode and like I watch it and the credits are rolling and I'm like, what in the hell is this? What the hell just happened? I called him and I was like,
no.
I was like, dude, I just watched Dead Man's Wonderland. He's like, "Oh man, it's crazy. The hummingbird chick, like, dude, with the gun and like the whoa." And I was like, why the fuck didn't you give me a warning? Why didn't you tell me it was just going to drop off a cliff and I'm never going to have resolution?
He found no resolution, and the only way to make himself feel better is to drag one more person down into the mire.
So if anybody out there hasn't seen Dead Man's Wonderland, everything I just said was a lie. It's actually a really great show. It wraps up super well at the end. Please go watch it and then tell me your thoughts on it. My friend sounds like Keanu Reeves.
Esquire.
Bill S. Preston, Esquire. And Ted Theodore Logan.
They did have some excellent adventures, I heard, but
yes, and some pretty bogus ones too.
Yeah. There was. Did they end up making a third one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'll watch.
They're
it.
Adults then, and their kids get into it. It's like a passing of the torch, sort of.
They're
nice.
They're not adults. They're old, Neil.
Yeah, I mean
older. Like me.
Yeah.
I'm not like most kids. I'm in my 50s.
I think we got the 50, so I can stop guilting everybody.
We got to 50? Did we get 50?
I think so, because Duke just hit it, and we were at 49.
Woo,
Duke Bonanza.
We can try guilting people to get to 60. I mean, I'm okay with that. I'll start guilt. I'll shame some people a little bit. Like,
if you guys don't get us to 100, I'm gonna shave Neil's head.
Thanks, Duke.
Woo!
High praise from the one and only Bonanza.
Duke Bonanza.
Tenzamai says they face the music. Thank you.
Coming to a neighborhood near you this fall.
I will have to check that out. It was a pretty straightforward interview. So
thanks.
I didn't really have too much to interrupt or ask. Yeah, it was. Neil stole my one question, which I noticed you have been doing a lot lately. Is like, what would you tell your like previous religious self to help guide you through the?
Didn't ask him that.
You did.
I said, what would you tell someone who's watching that might be having doubts and questions?
It's the same thing. Stole my stuff.
I guess though. I suppose, yeah. Probably.
So what would you tell your past religious self to help
out now? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that I would have any brilliant insight or anything. I don't know that I would have any like, hey, read this book first or something. I'd probably just tell myself to keep going on the path that I'm going. You know, I question stuff. I always enjoyed learning. I always enjoyed spending way too much time looking into like the definition of one word and the etymology and crap like that. Like I always enjoyed that stuff. And it wasn't until I got to a place in my life where I felt I could look for other answers. And then I just did. And I don't know if maybe I would have stumbled on, I mean, Aaron Ra was actually one of the first, atheist activist speakers that anybody had ever suggested to me. And I just never watched any of his stuff for a couple of years. And then another person was like, hey, this dude, Aaron Ra, super easy name, watch it. And I was like, oh man, okay. And I checked it out.
Cool
and
guy too.
Oh yeah.
Really
And from there, of course you see all of the vast array of incredibly cool people and, just such wonderful communities like the ACA, hanging out with those super cool guys over at Tang. Those guys are great, man. I always have a fun time over
those
there.
jokers, come on.
Well, I mean, you want to talk about unprofessional, but
Bunch of skips, scaps, and scallywags over on that channel.
Absolutely.
Ragtag band of ragamuffins.
Kenneth, long time no see, bud.
Hey, Kenneth is awesome.
I saw you on chatting with him.
I was lucky enough to be able to host the Perspective over on Ethan Michael's show with Kenneth, and we just had a freaking amazing time. I mean, that dude is great. Both of them, Ethan and Kenneth, they're both wonderful. So
yeah, no one's ever asked me to come on a fucking show, but hey,
that's how
because I'm a big schlub.
That's how they do, Neil. That's how they do. You
Nobody
invited all of them over here, but did they invite you over? No.
Oh, I know. It's
No,
okay. So I'm not on the Atheist experience yet either.
Don't get your feelings hurt. You're just more inviting than they are.
Mhm.
That's not your
It
fault.
doesn't fucking matter to me. I have enough to do. I do my show 3 days a week. I do the nonprofits.
yeah.
Neil gets like 7
on
hours of sleep a
Truth
week.
Wanted
And I'm like,
twice. I've been on Talk Even. I've done lots of shit. But lots of people have me on their channels, like smaller channels, in which I jump on and try and help them get a little bit more attention.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a big dog. You're up there, man.
Not really.
I mean, bigger.
he's a large breed of dog for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe not Great Dane, but Mastiff for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely.
I'm a dog you could ride into battle.
That's a good dog, man. I've only seen a Saint Bernard once in my life, and I just remember looking at this dog and thinking, "Holy shit, this would
I'm going to die."
Yeah, this would eat me. Like it would eat me. It wouldn't think twice about it. Like, wow.
The
My
first
sister's
time
birth parents had a Saint Bernard, and of course his name was Cujo. Like I don't think I've met a fucking Saint Bernard that wasn't named Cujo, but and he could eat you, no problem.
Yeah.
the first time I literally actually saw in like close proximity a Doberman, like a full Doberman pinscher, I was like,
as opposed to
like on TV, or you see him on TV, and that means one thing. But when it's
my neighbor used to have a couple of them.
But when it's standing next to you, and I think his name was Blitz, and he only spoke German.
I think a Rottweiler, maybe.
The dog?
No,
Rottweilers are way bigger than Doberman pinschers.
No, Neil.
Rottweilers are way bigger than Doberman pinschers.
All right, I'm Googling this average height thing.
Hey, I'm still stuck on the dog speaking German thing. Can you?
I have a friend, my friend Linda in high school. Her dog only spoke Spanish. So you told him to sit in English.
Understood.
You tell him to sit in English, and he just ignores you.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure what you meant was.
And he's like, boop, and his little butt drops. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I never thought about dogs speaking languages, but Blitz only spoke German, and he was like 130 pounds. Just
Look
like
at this.
jacked fucking shoulders and muscles.
Yes, Rottweilers are way bigger than Doberman.
What the fuck is wrong with everyone? This is all right. I'm in topsy-turvy world today.
Come on, Mikey. How do you not know the relative sizes of various dogs' breeds? Come on, man.
I've seen
Come on, even
10,000
Chihuahuas are bigger
Rottweilers.
than, okay, I'm just kidding. Chihuahuas are bigger than
You don't have this shit memorized, like off the top of my head. Biggest dog out there, right?
Doberman pinscher. Maybe you guys are thinking mini pins. I'm talking about Dobermans. Big
Yeah,
ass
I know you are.
Dobermans.
My neighbor had a pair. They're big dogs, but they're not. Fuck, the guy that lived next to him had a fucking golden retriever that was bigger than both the Dobermans.
Oh, y'all got some baby ones up there.
No,
This was a
no,
big
no.
one, bro.
Were you like
Dobermans are sleek and they're not like bulky dogs. They're sleek.
were you like a child when you saw the dog?
Yeah,
It's
I was at the young age of 26. Like,
Okay.
this was
so-
a big fucking dog.
yeah. Okay.
Still in
No, you're an
diapers.
adult.
And see,
I-
he was on the larger end because it says like their average weight is from like 80 to 99. Blitz looked like a fucking linebacker. And it
Yeah,
was the most
dude,
terrifying thing with
look
the
up
longest snout. I was like, oh, is he nice? She's like, of course he is. I'm like, fuck that, dude. Fuck that. That dude is terrifying. All right. I'm looking it up right now. I'm comparing. Oh, look. People also search for Rottweiler. Interesting.
I wonder why.
Okay, up here it's all kilograms. Okay, so in pounds, what in pounds are? See, they can be over 60 kilograms, Rottweilers, and that is, I don't know what that is in pounds. I can't think right now.
Up there.
110.
Up there.
50 to 60 kilograms. It says so 110 to 130.
Yeah.
But where's their height at? That's the height. But that's what this has turned into.
Well, I think that's
Looking up dogs.
have
I
to
think it's
figure out
valuable.
how tall a dog is.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out there that aren't familiar with the average, tail to snout length of various dog breeds. And I just feel like
Is this a cropped Rottweiler, a cropped Doberman, or we go with the full tail length?
I think we should, they
My
do the dog
neighbor's,
show.
Dobermans were cropped, by the way, the ears and the tail. But I had a friend who had a Rottie, and he had the full tail.
Don't they do that with
The height-
boxers?
Kenneth goes, the height is approximately testicle level for maximum guard dog capability.
Accurate.
That answer wins the internet today.
So it says here that the Rottweiler is 3 inches shorter, but weighs about, on average, 20 pounds more
Is that
There you
you're
go.
saying when you're
So
saying
he-
shorter, you're saying like
at the shoulder
yeah. Okay.
or at the top of the head, or however they.
Like
Yeah.
that,
I guess it'd have to be the top of the head.
Jobies are fairly sleek, right? So
This motherfucker was jacked. He was on steroids. They must have been juicing him.
maybe.
Probably giving him just live chickens for dinner.
I guess
Maybe
there are
chasing the
dog
yard.
steroids, right? Dog steroids, like those exist?
Be regular steroids, anabolic steroids. They work on dogs. They got muscles.
No way. That's cool. That's good.
Well,
I mean, I've never
no.
thought about giving a dog steroids, so I just didn't.
Sure, you didn't.
Just asking for a friend, y'all.
And
I don't even know what to say to this one. It's all about the girth. Nate, what's up? They're goddamn
big dog. Yeah.
I'm screwed.
Bars.
I guess.
Mars has
Uh,
arrived.
That's
Bars
a
are-
good dude. That's a good dude. Bar.
Bar? Yeah. He's
Oh
awesome.
man, he's always got great stuff. He always makes me laugh, man.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah.
Like just a super fun guy.
He is a damn fool, is what he is. A damn fool.
I don't know.
The-
Do you see
the
him and
opinions of
Oz
the
do a rap
producer,
battle?
So don't necessarily
was part of
reflect. Sorry.
Yes. I've seen their rap battles.
Bar, I'm sorry, Oz, but you need to pick it up, bro. I mean,
Calling them out. Yes.
I have trust me, I will lose every time if we got into
I
that.
don't rap, so,
So
yeah.
right, I would do so
I'm a
terrible.
singer, not a rapper.
Hey, don't worry about it. Neither can they. You guys
Ah.
would be fine.
We're calling
I
so
could
many
beat him
people
eating
out.
a bag of Oreos for crying out loud.
Who else
Anyway.
could we call out? Let's just think of all the people
Let's
out
do
there.
this in the after party because we're
Oh,
past
okay.
the hour. All right. Well, now that I actually know your real name, and I didn't before this, so because somebody's been saying
Oh,
in the
yeah.
chat, Elliot with 2 T's.
Yes, that is my name. It is Elliot.
All I can think of. Yeah, it's exactly. That's all I can
Okay,
think
so
of.
hang on. So yes, that, but do you remember the original Peach Dragon? The half animated?
Yes.
That dragon was named Elliot, and that the way that the dragon talk was kind of like a mumble with like a giggle. It was like a I kind of sound like that a few beers in most of the time. So it's like that works real well for me. It's a good and again, I may still be a ghost. We don't know yet. We haven't figured that out. So I might disappear at any point.
So
the beginning of that movie, I like rewatched that probably like a year ago. Fucking still terrifies me.
Yeah.
When like the bumpkin people are like looking all over for him and like swinging bats and like throwing shit. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. Murder most foul.
There's some weird stuff out there from Disney. So
that was a weird musical that they turned into whatever it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
all right.
Elliot, thank you very much for joining me today, brother.
Dude, thank you. I had such a freaking awesome time. I'm excited for the after party. That's going to be great.
Magic happens.
Oh man, I'm excited. So
magic's not real, but that's where that's where the fun happens. As I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the show, guys, if you do want to jump in and join us for the after party, let myself or Mikey know either through one of the social media outlets where you can send messages, and we will give you a link and you can jump in with us. Special thanks today, I think, for Best Name Ever and for Dave Worley for hanging out with us, even though it's stupid o'clock in the morning where they are. You guys are awesome, and Best Name's been posting the link for the after party in the chat for us. So thank you so much for that. Also, my patrons, you guys are awesome. I wouldn't be able to do what I do if you weren't around giving me that little bit of extra hand. And so lots of love to you guys. You guys are amazing people, and I love you all. And don't forget that Randolph and myself are starting up our own call-in show pretty soon. Hopefully soon. We're still building the fucking studio. But anyways, it's going to be called True North Talk. And if you want to learn more about it, you can head over to www.truenorthtalk.ca, and it'll give you all the information you need there. And it'll also give you a link to the YouTube channel where you can go sub. You can go sub there right now, actually. We got some funny little construction videos that are, some of them are okay, phone, settle down. Some of them are have music like the old Benny Hill. It's got that kind of shit going on there. Watching us run around with like plywood almost killing each other. It's funny. Anyway, also myself and Mikey's been on the show, and a lot of other really great folks have been on the revamped and relaunched Nonprofits, which is an ACA product that airs 3 p.m. between Talk Heathen and the Atheist Experience. I was on last Sunday's episode, first time in months that I've been on because my mom being in the hospital and me coming down with the whole deep vein thrombosis thing and having to be on blood thinners. And by the way, folks, the swelling is way down, and I feel like I've regained some energy that I didn't know I had lost because of the clot. So
yeah,
things are good, man. Things are really good for me. So I go see the hematologist at the end of October. And it's funny. My doctor just told me that he's retiring at the end of October. I'm like, well, thanks for the heads up, doc. You got anyone that's going to replace you? He's like, no, I don't have anyone yet. He's just like, you'll find someone and go out there, and there's probably someone out there, but he says he's going to give me a couple of recommendations.
Just tell him no.
Just say no. I don't need no fucking doctor. Oh, sorry. Wait, what? Yeah. Never mind.
He's not allowed to retire.
Yeah. What do you mean? Don't go, doc. I've been with you since I was a fucking preteen, for crying out loud.
Wow. I'm going to retire this year. No, you're not. Get back in there.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Going anywhere.
Get back
Nurse,
in
give
there.
me the chains.
You better scrub in and do an exam or some shit. I ain't playing with you no more. Get your ass in there. Well, here's a clicky pin. Here you go.
He gave me refills on my prescriptions for like the next year, so I don't have to worry about getting that shit.
Nice.
All those really good prescriptions that I'm on right now.
All those really good blood thinners. Yeah.
Wait, what were we talking about? Oh, so the nonprofits. Head over to the channel and give it a sub if you haven't already. And I don't know if this is going to continue. Andy and I are sort of in talks about this. I don't know why Seamus isn't involved anymore, but I don't know if that falling out happened. I know nothing. But Seamus is no longer in the little chat group that we have together for this show, which is called Atheist Drinking Out Loud. Usually it airs the last Saturday of every month at 2 p.m. Pacific time. I'll let you guys know if it's continuing or not, but there's tons of already really cool episodes on there. Mikey's been on there with us. Bionic Dance has been on there with us. We've had some great folks. Nick Suter, even though he doesn't drink, so we made him the designated streamer. He's been on there with us, and you never know if we do continue. We always have guests on, so I might come knocking on your DMs or PMs or whatever the fuck you call them to come and join us for an episode, which usually about 2 hours, give or take. Yeah, and it's always on Saturday, so I'm the streaming fucking maniac on Saturdays. Apparently,
you do a lot.
The last one, I do. Yeah, hashtag coins. If you're new to the chat, that's the drinking game we have. So when you see the hashtag coins, you gotta. I'm out of water, but anyway, looks like I've got some messages already on Twitter, so it looks like we're gonna have quite the after party. But once again, Elliot, thanks, man. Thank you. Bailed me out today. I'm like, fuck, I still don't have anyone for today either. I for some reason, the past couple of weeks, I have not been able to get anyone to fill the hole. So I took the week off last week. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to take the week off. And shut up. And then just, I know, yeah, that's going to get clipped. Mike's probably already on it.
I have a response to that, but I have a response, but I'll just keep it to myself. So.
No, what do you mean I don't need sweet? You're not allowed in the after party. Fuck you. Neil can slide into my DMs anytime. Okay, all right, you're allowed in the after party. That's what we're going to do next, guys. So at the end of these credits, it'll be running here in a few minutes. There will be a link that pops up right on the screen, so you can hit that and head over and wait for us. We usually take 15 to 20-minute break in between these shows, and we'll get the after party going, which usually turn out to be 40-minute breaks, but at least you can hang out with other folks in the chat and make fun of us while we're not there. While we're actually there, we can.
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
Just you, Mikey. Just you.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's not fair to y'all.
But yeah, so thanks everybody for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the show. And like I always say at the end of these interviews, like the late, great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we will see you guys next time.
Somehow I keep getting down. The real me inside is screaming to be heard, but I can never turn my visions into words. I'm tangled, my visions burn. What's on